All right, welcome everybody. Welcome to Wi-Fi Wednesdays. My name is Kevin Z, founder and CEO of My Wi-Fi Networks. And as usual, we meet every single Wednesday here on Zoom and in the Facebook group to answer your questions live. It's also the home of the 30-day Wi-Fi challenge. So anyone who's getting kicked off, maybe just starting out with Wi-Fi, or maybe just started to sell it now, now is your time to kind of mark this line in the sand and get going. So we're here for that, here for office hours, and we're here for some amazing new announcements lined up. So we're going to keep this short and sweet. We'll jump right into it. So I want to welcome everybody back from the Thanksgiving long weekend. Happy Thanksgiving again to all of our American friends. As you know, last week during the holiday week, we launched the new Quick Report. This was a huge announcement that we launched. We're working a very long time on. We recently added the ability to add sub-user access, and we're going to be changing that to allow read-only, so you'll be able to block whoever edits or cannot edit that campaign. And we also added exports. So this is what it looks like right now. It's pretty sweet. I'll actually dive in very quickly to the platform and show you, a little sneak peek of some other examples of the Quick Report, which I think is a game changer because this is the view that you can then give your clients. So your clients will never really need to see this, this bigger dashboard, all the other settings and options here. They can just kind of dive right into it. So let's look at this client over here. Let's look at this Quick Report, and you'll see that this is a client in Brazil. This is Zupi. Here you can see very clearly, who's connecting. So there's 3 females that have connected. You see their real email address. You can also blow this up and see a lot more information about them, their visits, their usage time. You can block the user. You have all kinds of other great data over here, and it looks really sweet. It's an entirely redesigned dashboard that you can then share with your clients. You can see exactly who your contacts are. You can filter them over time. And this is maybe not the best example because we don't have too much data over here. Let me pull up another one over here that has a little bit more data. But essentially what this is a really nice view that you can create for your users and then allow people to, your clients obviously, to go in and see just the reports, just the campaign that's running at the location, the different contacts that are connecting. And let's look at, for example, last 30 days. And this could be because I'm in as an admin. I'm coming in on a different way, but here we go. We have a whole bunch of people listed here. But that's a Quick Report. I encourage you who have that, a legacy plan option, and who have this new report enabled for their dashboards to log in now and check it out because it is very, very cool. And we also launched a new Inactive Automation tool, which I think is extremely powerful. This can be found right inside the automation section. It's a new trigger called Inactive. So let me go over to that right now and show you what that is and where to find it. So on your dashboard over here, the main dashboard, you click on the left-hand side under the Automations tab. Oops, sorry, I just swiped back to my browser there. Let me go to the Automations tab over here. So it's found just over here on the left. I click on Automation, and then I can edit an existing automation or pretty much create a new one. And this will run, if you run this inactive, it'll run for anyone that's been inactive in the last 3 months. So you can turn this on now for any of your hotspots. Anyone that's connected in the last 3 months, it will trigger it based on your rules. So here's what I'm setting up here. For example, the automation name is retention. Example 1, my trigger is connect, disconnect. Here I'm going to choose inactive. Okay, so this is saying if somebody has not been active for 24 hours, so 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, up to 30 days. So let's say I want to do a reminder to someone who has come to my business but has not come back in 2 weeks. So they came, they used Wi-Fi, and then they never returned. They never came for a one-click login. They never kind of came back and connected to the hotspot. I can do this happening always, just once, or by visit. We recommend just once if you're doing it on a specific number of days. So let's say if somebody's inactive for 14 days, that means they have not returned. Do this once. You can choose your location and or your campaign, and then you can actually set an action. So the actions can be anything you want essentially in the system. They can be emails crafted up over here. They can be SMS, text messages if you're using that as the login option. It can even be triggers to your active campaign or iContact or get response to specific lists that then trigger other automations. And again, we have Zapier, and we have all kinds of other add-ons here. So make sure you check out the training on the automation section first. And then second, know that you can now add an inactive trigger, which has been heavily requested. I know that Turnstile or Yelp Wi-Fi and ZenReach have had this recently. Now we have it as well. So anything that you want to trigger, there's actually much more flexibility here in being able to really set your rules and what you want to happen in certain cases. So this is a huge add-on that we just added right now. And we're going to be going through a whole bunch more training on this, but some ideas of how you can use this loyalty retention, different examples. are, for example, you can send a message saying, hey, it's been a while since you've come to our business. For example, that 14-day example I just created there. That's something you might want to set up for your clients. You could also say, we want you back. If it's something that people expect you, if you're coming once, you might return again. So coffee is definitely that thing in the area. If you don't come back the next days, you can then send a different message like that. You can do a buy one, get one free. So to clients that have come in and let's say purchase something or have been in that location, great for quick service restaurants, QSRs. So if I come into a location and I don't come back for 3 weeks, you can say, hey, why don't you come back for a taco? If you come back and buy one, you'll get another one free. It's really, small cost for the business to get a return customer and build loyalty. And you can also build in service reminders. So we're going to be extending that beyond 30 days. We're going to go 60 days, 90 days, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, depending on what it is. Because if, let's say you go for a haircut, let's say I go to a barbershop or a salon, I'm probably going to go back every 2, 3, 4 weeks, some people 6 weeks, depending on your time frame and how fast your hair grows. But everybody has their return frequency. Also for oil changes or for chiropractors or dentists. So for example, I come for an oil change. I know that I technically should be getting an oil change in my car every 3 to 6 months. But based on your client, you say, hey, how often should people come back? You set up this rotation once. If somebody does not come back, they get an automatic reminder X amount of time after. So this works really well. It's a set and forget kind of functionality. So you simply go in here, you set your inactive functionality. You can do this after the fact. So again, 3 months backdated, it will automatically trigger this to anyone that's connected for the last 3 months. You can turn this on and it will trigger any kind of email, automation, tagging, Zapier, whatever you want inside the dashboard. Okay, so that is new. And we also launched some new sales tools. So the first thing is I recapped this in last week's video and some other quick notes in the Facebook group, but we now have a default campaign. So this default campaign can be found inside your branding section. If you scroll down, you're going to see a drop down over here. Where is that? I don't think I'm in the right dashboard. No, let me actually just get into a dashboard that is that has that enabled. So I'll jump into a white label. I was in one of our other dashboards here. So let me dive into there. And this is what a lot of you know and see is your white label. You see your custom domain, your custom SSL and all that. Inside your branding sections, you're going to see a default campaign drop down. So right over here, default campaign, what you want to do is create a campaign for yourself right over here on the left-hand side. Once you create that campaign and call it default, you can then choose it over here as a drop down. And then any previews, anything you create moving forward, we'll use that as kind of a baseline. So we've had a lot of requests. If you're using the sales CRM and you want to do a preview and you want to create a Facebook preview, or you want to use the /P or the yourdomain.com/P/Facebook ID, a lot of people are saying, hey, you have a My Wi-Fi terms of service there. We want to have a different color or powered by whatever it is. So now by picking that default template, it's going to choose that as a baseline. It's going to create the Facebook previews and anything like that on top of that. And then once you convert it, you can edit anything you want to change all that up. Cool. So that was a new thing that we added. And we also added lead notes for our CRM by request. So here you see there's notes. So if I'm creating a new preview, I can put some notes about the client. Let's say spoke to them, I was in their restaurant or whatever it is, to give some context to it. I also have the ability that once I've created a lead, so once in my CRM on the left-hand side over here under the lead list, I can edit an existing lead and I can pull up the notes as well. So I can add notes and change whatever I want here. So that's a great way to keep track of your clients and, obviously keep your sales under wraps and kind of know where you are with every client every time. We also recently changed our shipping procedures. So if you order any SH100s right now from our store, the packing slip, the actual packing slip in the box, is not going to mention My Wi-Fi Networks whatsoever. It's now going to say Social Wi-Fi Marketing Services. It's going to have a generic Wi-Fi logo over there. The product is a social-powered Wi-Fi hotspot with metal casing, and that's completely generic. So those of you who are drop shipping, who want to order it from our store, pay with your credit card and put in your client's address, as long as you keep your email, the same email that you've used in our dashboard, you use that for the Shopify or the shop.mywifi.io checkout, what we do is we automatically add that device. So this device over here that I have, as you see, it's going off on my camera. So this device, when we ship it to you, we actually look at the MAC address. Let me get another view over here. So this MAC address on the back, when we ship it to you, we automatically take this MAC and we add it to the dashboard if the email matches up the one that's in the store versus the one that you use to log in as an admin for your dashboard. So that's really cool. You no longer have to add these manually. And right now, when they get shipped to your client, all you have to do is assign it. And you can have this right now added, and it's completely white labeled with that white label packing slip, the unbranded packing slip. So that's a cool tool. And also another big sales tool is Aruba. Aruba Networks, for those of you who do not know, is a Hewlett-Packard company. It's a massive company that does access points, and they actually set up in Starbucks, and they do a lot of the major retailers, a lot of shopping malls, a lot of major public areas and hotels use Aruba. To find out more about them, I highly recommend you go search about them, but you can also go to arubanetworks.com and kind of learn about their industries, what they focus on, what they do. They might have installations in your area, in which case you can target those clients saying, hey, we can add a social Wi-Fi solution on top of what you're doing. As you see, they focus on financial services, healthcare, higher education, hospitality, retail. They have a lot of installations when it comes to Wi-Fi. So it's just about finding clients who already have this installed, already on their ceiling, whatever they're doing. You can very easily integrate that now with our dashboard. And where to find that is you go to our support site, so support.mywifi.io, or you can always find it on top in your dashboard over here under the support tab. Click over there and you're going to go to our support site. Just search for Aruba. And you'll see an article come up where you have the step-by-step instructions about how to add an Aruba Networks hotspot automatically, seamlessly, and from the cloud. So if your client has an Aruba setup, all you need is access to their cloud portal, or even just send them this exact article, or copy and paste the article into your own email or PDF it. And they simply follow these instructions, and you can then manage that hotspot remotely using our captive portal or our social login experience. So Aruba is a huge sales tool because it now allows you to tap into a massive new user base using Aruba access points. And I want to welcome those who are joining the 30-day Wi-Fi challenge. Those who are new, welcome, welcome. Those who are in the progress of it, make sure you do post in the group. Inside our Wi-Fi marketing experts group, we have a post there. Steve actually just posted a check there from a client, I remember, but inside that, I can actually show you where that is right over here. I'll pull it up on my screen in just a second. So this is the, let me get this over. This is the 30-day Wi-Fi challenge post. Post your results here. If you are having success with the program, post there. If you have any questions, you need any help getting started, go to support. Our support team is ready and waiting to help you get started, help you with any questions you have. I also want to add that we recently added some more documentation about how to get set up with your SH100 device. So for those who are new and have their device sent to them and they're like, you haven't plugged it in yet, you don't know what to do, we have in our devices and hardware section, so you go to support, right to support, right in devices and hardware, you'll see these new articles. So how to install an SH100 on location. You can click on that. It is super easy. You plug it into power, you plug in the your cable modem right into the blue port, you plug in your antennas, and then it's all good to go. You simply just plug it in, and because we already add it to your dashboard, there's really nothing else to set up. It's really cool. And we have automatic firmware upgrades and then also a huge new release coming next week, which I'll tell you about right now. The next thing we are launching very shortly is our new DNS Content Filter. So what this does is it essentially allows good sites and blocks bad sites. So your Google, your Fox News, your CNN, your Gmail, whatever clients would typically use, free Wi-Fi is open and untouched. We also enable Google Safe Search that physically blocks different sites, and also direct sites like adult material, pirated software, hacking websites, phishing, illegal drugs, torrents, that kind of stuff. All that is completely blocked, okay? Physically blocked by the system. And this content filter is going to be built into our SH100 hotspots. It's going to be launching in beta. There may or may not be an additional cost depending on how we scale it out, but we will be reserving some free hotspots and free access to our legacy plan holders. So if you are a legacy plan holder, make sure you jump on. If you are, cool. If you're not legacy, if you join legacy, we are going to be giving you a certain number of hotspots. We don't know exactly how many yet, but we are going to be enabling this on your account, so you can use this natively inside, right with your built-in SH100 hardware, and start blocking some content. And really it adds a whole new sales angle that we're going to cover next week when we formally launch this, but it is a huge, huge add-on that's a very, very big part of your offering moving forward. So that being said, want to keep it short and sweet. Now, if you have any questions, make sure you ask them as a question inside Zoom or inside the Facebook chat, but Zoom is usually better because I see them all listed here. I see a few of you who have added that already. So if you have any shipping questions, if you've ordered a device, just follow up with support or even our Facebook Messenger bot, type in your order number, and we'll give you that tracking number to make sure you get your device. They typically take about 3 to 5 business days. Because of Black Friday and Cyber Monday, there's been reports that there's been a 2-day delay. We got notes from FedEx and Amazon about that, or sorry, FedEx and UPS about that because of Amazon. They went nutty this year. So it might take a couple of days more this week. But if you have any questions about your shipment, just contact support and we'll help you out. Presence is also launching really soon. We actually put the upgrades on hiatus for a little bit as we were working out the DNS filter upgrades. We're going to be launching Presence on all devices again momentarily, along with our new DNS filter, all that on a huge new firmware release coming very soon. Questions about DNS filter. You can use a separate DNS filter with OpenMesh. We can recommend a provider where you can plug that in seamlessly into your CloudTrax account and have the same effect with your own control over your own DNS filter. We can let you know more about that. Just contact support and we can help you with that. But we are going to be launching the DNS filter built in to the SH100 devices. Question about getting the units shipped with your sticker. Well, we don't have that set up quite frankly, but you can get it shipped to yourself. You can put your own sticker on it and drop ship it to your clients, or just send it to your clients completely unbranded. And when they log in, they'll see your logo on the dashboard. Welcome to the first timers. I see some people who are just joining the training now this week for the first time. Make sure if you are just new to this, make sure you do check out the existing posts. So here inside the Facebook Marketing Experts group, you can go to videos. Over here under videos, you're going to see this and this and this down here. So all of the replays, all of our videos are located right here. And like I mentioned, we're going to be creating a separate YouTube channel and we're just rendering all those videos now. But right now, all the videos we do that are also broadcast to Facebook Live, such as every Wi-Fi Wednesday, is all listed on the left-hand side under the videos section inside the Wi-Fi Marketing Experts group. All right, any other questions I can get to right now? I'm going to be staying on for a couple minutes here. If there's no additional questions, feel free to ask them always in the group, and I'll be happy to answer them. Yes, Paul, to clarify, you'll be able to update your existing SH100s when we have our new firmware upgrade. You can update them remotely. In certain cases, there's going to be a manual upgrade process. So it's a very quick 2-minute process where you manually update the bin file on the hardware, depending on which version you're currently running. That's required. In most cases, it all happens automatically with one click. Once that firmware is upgraded, you'll be able to turn on the DNS filter on your sites. Question about integrating our hotspots with screens in doctors' waiting rooms and things like that. Yeah, we do have some integration opportunities. We also have a webhook. So if the client that you're working with, or depending on the screen provider, if they do work with webhooks or any kind of data feeds, we can do something with them. If you do have a significant opportunity, for example, hundreds of locations, let our support know and escalate it to me, and we can chat about how to get that set up. Question about running an advertising network built in. Yes, we actually have a lot of stuff there. So you just go to support, search for advertising. You can click on this, for example, how to use the ad server. This is not the best article here, but this is the how to use the ad server is a really good article that tells you actually it's a whole video on how to set this up and literally step-by-step how to create your zones, how to add your ads. And with this, we also added our dynamic content. We have the one-click widgets that are created from any kind of piece of content. So make sure you watch this video and learn about how to set that up. Where you find this in the dashboard is on the left-hand side, just down over here under the ads manager. Here you see your ads listed over there, and then here you see all the ads that have been that are running on the system. And here you can create your own. You can plug in whatever you'd like, and it automatically creates widgets just by pasting a URL when you create the ad. But this article over here kind of explains everything on how to use the ad server, and that's definitely where you go. Ali, that's where you go to set all that up. If you're a first timer and you are looking for kind of the number one place to get started, you can just start at the beginning. So go to support.mywifi.io. There's a big article here called Getting Started with My Wi-Fi. There's how to create a location, how to add a device, how to turn things on, how to set things up initially. Go through these sections over here. Additionally, inside the dashboard, right on top, the members area, this members area has a lot of really good content